Welcome to Baseball for Life Academy's Arm Care program. I'm Steve, and this is Kale, and Kale's been good enough to help us out tonight with some demonstrations on the things we're going to do and how we do them. Now, Kale, we've known each other for how long? Probably
15 years.
15, 20 years. That's somewhere around there. That's right. And Kale's a huge baseball fan. He likes Pittsburgh Steelers and football. And who's your favorite baseball player? Since we're doing baseball stuff, who's your favorite baseball player?
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter, okay. We're going to edit that part out, Sean. That's not going to work. We'll have him say me, okay? So hey, you say Steve and we'll edit that other out. Let me say, okay, so let's go here. All right, Kale, who's your favorite baseball player?
Steve Hill.
That's good. That's right, man. I appreciate that, Kale. That's awesome. You're my favorite baseball player, too. That's awesome. When we're talking about Arm Care program, I get questioned all the time throughout the years, year after year from parents, how can we get our son to throw harder? So we'll talk about that, but there's really three components of an Arm Care program that we believe are all equally important. The first one is we want to prevent arm injuries. The second thing is we want to get the arm prepared for the season. And then lastly, we want to increase velocity. But all the program works together and it'll do those three things. So we start out with a portion of the program called crossover symmetry. You've probably seen kids at baseball parks with surgical tubing or pro guys with surgical tubing tied to a pole or something, and they're stretching it and they're pulling it and they're warming up and they're doing all this. That stuff is like, the crossover symmetry, it has bands, but that's like high school chemistry, those surgical tubes and all that kind of stuff. And this would be like an astrophysicist that works for NASA. There's all these different weights that they have on their different bands, and they're designed specifically for the age group of kids so they can handle it and everything. But the most important thing they've done is they've studied it to the point where they have it figured out from a neuromuscular standpoint what exercises should be done in what order, how many reps, the exact exercises. There are tons of different exercises as you see. They put a chart out. And the chart starts, they've got an activation side that you do every day of the week. And then they have a strengthening side you do 3 days a week. And it's designed to where it works your brain and trains your brain to allow your muscles to work at peak performance. They've been shown, the crossover symmetry program has been shown to prevent arm injuries and also to increase velocity. And that's just the crossover symmetry program by itself. And we've got other components of it that we've thrown in with it. So that's the hub of the program though. From there, we're going to go into some strength training. And I'm talking about strength training the kids that are as young as Kale or younger, all the way up to the elite level athletes. We're going to train the muscles that help you become a better baseball player. They're going to help you throw harder. They're going to help you run faster. They're going to help you hit harder. Those are the muscle groups we're going to train. So, Kale, let's get started on some strength training, all right? So let's start out, and we're going to go through all of this stuff is on the PDF that we provided with the Arm Care program, but all of these things I want to make sure that you see how they're done and how they're done correctly. Kale is an expert. He won the Olympic weightlifting, the deadlift competition last, when was it? What year did you win it?
2014?
14, it was 14. You know, the Olympics in 2014, he won the deadlift competition. So he's an expert on this stuff. So Kale, show us how to do a squat. Let's go ahead and get our butt a little lower. Let's do it again. Good job. That's how we want to do our squats. It's going to help us develop strength in our hips, in our glutes, which is our butt muscles, and in our quad muscles. That muscles, and we keep our core tight, we keep our chest up, and it strengthens the muscles that make us explosive. Now show us how to do a lunge. One-legged lunge, put your foot out, put the other foot back, go down and up. One of the important things to remember about the lunge is you don't want your knee to extend past your foot. You want it to be where you're going down and up. You keep your chest up again. That's perfect right there, Kale. That's a great job. We'll switch legs when we're doing all our exercises and everything. Now, Kale, if you would, show them how to do the side lunges. When we go to the side lunge, we're going to do the same thing. Keep your chest up. Now, go down. Go lower, keep going, keep going. There we go. Now push it back up, Kale. Good job. When we do side lunges, we're gonna go just like that. We're gonna go to the side and really get low and then push straight back up on the side lunges. Next, we're gonna do something that's a little tougher. We're gonna do the standing ice skater. Now, when you think about ice skaters, you remember how ice skaters, they go speed skaters. I don't know, did you compete in the Winter Olympics too, or just Summer Olympics?
Winter.
In the Winter Olympics. So Kale's a speed skater. So he'll be able to show us his skills right here. On the standing skater, we're going to stand on one leg, and when we skate over, we're going to bend this leg. It engages our hips. It does what's called a hip hinge. That hip hinge is where tons of explosiveness comes for hitting, throwing, running, jumping, all athletic endeavors, okay? So when I do this hip hinge, and I bend, and I touch. The other leg, I bend and I touch. Notice left hand, left leg go the same direction. Show us how to do that, Kale, from a kid's perspective. Good job. Let's do the other foot now. Notice that time Kale got stuck back there. His foot got stuck back there and he put weight on it. We don't want to do that. But Kale did a great job on that, but it is difficult for kids to do that exercise because kids don't have that much strength right here yet in their glutes, in their quads, and in their hips. So that's a difficult exercise, but it's a great exercise that will really teach them, really just help them be stronger, which will make them better athletes. Now we're going to do the active ice skater. Show us how to do that one, Kale. Side to side jump. He's getting better at it. That's good, Kale. What we're going to do is we're going to jump from side to side. Active ice skating. It's an explosive drill. We would explode to the side. Not up, but sideways. Back and forth. That's the active ice skater there. Now, let's go to the ground and let's do some planks. In the plank position, it's basically the push-up position, but when we're doing it, we want to make sure that they have their butts up and their cores engaged. They want to be strong through the core. The plank position, that's perfect, Kale. All right, now show them, since you're already there, show them mountain climbers, Kale. On mountain climbers, notice you keep your butt low, you fire your legs back and forth. Good job, Kale, you can stop there. All right, now let's show them the laying on the back with the hands out. This exercise, throw your feet up. On the PDF, I think I call it laying on your back with feet in the air. So let's throw your feet up, all the way up, keep them going up, 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 up. Now lay them over, side to side. You're gonna lay from side, go the other way to the other side. Good job, hold them right there for a second. Notice Kale's got his arms out, extended here. That helps him keep his balance, doesn't it, Kale? Kale, how hard is that exercise?
Pretty hard.
Pretty hard. And you know what Kale is? Kale is strong. And it's still pretty hard. All right, put them down, stay there. Since we're here, Kale, show us how to do the leg raises with the crisscrosses. Put your hands down here by your butt and it'll help, okay? Now we want to put our feet a little lower and now do the crisscrosses, the overs and unders. Notice how Kale keeps his toes pointed up and his legs are stiff. That's where we want to be. Now show him the scissors, Kale. Scissors, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Notice his feet are pointed up. That's perfect job right there. Now, after we've done all of those exercises, now we're going to go into medicine ball throws. I love medicine ball work. The key when we're doing the first medicine ball throw is I'm right-handed, so like if I were throwing, if I were pitching, I would be in this position right here, in the power position. I've got my left leg extended, and I'm going to take this medicine ball right here with my arms straight. I'm going to make a big circle. And when I make that circle, I'm going to come here. I'm stretching out all the way over here, and then I'm going to slam it down using my body, my shoulders, and my lats, and just slam that ball down. I go here, boom, and slam that ball using my core. Kale, show us what it looks like from a real man. All right, now look, face this way like we're pitching, right? Like you're pitching this way, so spread your feet out. More. Okay, now swing it around and slam it over here. That's That's it right there. That's a good job, Kale. The next one is up down. So you got your feet shoulder width apart, our butts down. We've got the ball. Same thing. We're going to keep our arms extended the whole time. We're going to go up, down, up, slam it. Show us what it looks like, Kale. That was even one little extra up down because when you're that strong, you really get some momentum going to do it, right? Good job, brother. Now, we've got the crossover symmetry done. We've got our strength training done. The next portion of the program is just throwing. After we don't pick up a baseball until we've gone through 4 weeks of strength training and crossover symmetry. We're getting our body prepared before we ever pick up a baseball. Once we pick up a baseball, in the PDF, you'll see the specific throwing pattern that we're going to use. The first week, we're going to throw for 3 days. Second week, 3 days. Third week, 3 days. And in the fourth week of the program, we're going to throw 5 days. What it does is we prepare ourselves, we ease into the throwing, and there's some important things there that need to be explained from the PDF. There are arc throws, just kind of what you would think they would be. We're throwing the ball basically in a rainbow on an arc at PME, which is perceived maximum effort. So it'll say, like the first week, 50% of perceived maximum effort. So I'm going to throw rainbow throws at 50% of perceived maximum effort, half as hard as I can throw the ball. And we work through it, following the program. What will happen is kids will get started and they'll want to throw a lot more than that. Follow the program, because if we follow the program, what it's going to do is it's going to help us prevent injuries. It's not guaranteed to prevent injuries because you never know what can happen, but it's going to help us prevent injuries. Then it's going to have us as prepared as we can possibly be for our season when it starts. So when we get to practice, we don't have to ease into practice. Once practice starts, you're ready to get after it. You can go and practice hard. You can start practicing pitching. You can do everything you need to get ready for the season. And lastly, it's going to help you throw harder. It's going to increase your velocity throwing the ball. All 3 wonderful things. That's the Baseball for Life Academy Arm Care program. We're out.